Right. You asked for it, you got it.
Nobody asked for this.
Nobody. Sing it, baby.
Take it to the bridge.
Come on. Jump off the bridge.
Yeah.
Take it under the bus. You guys rock. Look, the Stones.
Is he hurt?
No, it's the Heimlich maneuver song, dude. Come on.
Oh, is that what? Okay.
Yeah, come on. Phil, you're ruining the vibe, all right? Just listen. Just enjoy the moment, will you? Come on. Come on now.
What?
Come on. Wow, Phil, you outdid yourself on this one, dude.
Wow.
The name of that band was Bag of Angry Cats. Singing, I just smashed my toe. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope it's brought to you. I love the fact, Phil, that these come in at 3 a.m. 3, 4. That's what I love. I open them up, and it, in comedy, timing is everything, and that is truly priceless, man. Bag of Bang. We're gonna have KDJ on, Kevin Downey Jr. in just a little bit, doing a weekend review, and we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to replay that one for him because that one's.
He'll like that one.
Great Awakening. Did you get your copy, dude? Did you get
not yet. How'd you send it? Pony Express?
Well, listen, post office has yet to be privatized. So if you get it this year, you'll be very, very fortunate.
Yet another thing that was running great until Obama was president. Making money all the way to 2008. After that, they put on so many regulations, killed the post office. How do you kill the post office?
Yeah, because the post office usually kills you. Right?
Hey.
My buddy,
there you go.
My buddy Dominic worked there, and I went in one day to I went to meet him there a couple of times, but he was showing me around. There was one job, and it turned out later on, not that I was doing research, I just stumbled across it. This job in particular seemed to have a high rate of suicide involved with it. And it was sorting the zip codes. They were done manually. There was a letter. Yeah, the letters would fly across the operator who was sitting in front of a keyboard. And there was a vacuum system in front of it that paused the flow of the letters for just a second. And this person had to input on the keys the zip code that it went to. And that's all they did. It was, and the thing would shoot off the letters or packages, small packages would shoot off in different directions to the appropriate zip codes. And they said that particular job had the highest rate of suicide. And I thought, how could it not? You're sitting there literally doing mindless grunt work for hours upon hours. It's got to fry the brain.
Wasn't it dentists and post office workers that are the two highest?
That's right, dentists. That's correct. And people who listen to that band that we just had. Bag of Angry Cats. You know what I find interesting? I got to back this up for a second because something jumped out at me. Notice, let me put them on pause, on silent because I can't listen to that for too much. But notice the stage. It looks like a totally American rock and roll style like club. Yep. I mean, all of the paraphernalia in the background. Oh, it's Kasish Sayang Kepta Orang Tua. I think I just lost a tooth trying to pronounce this guy's name.
No, they have great stuff back there.
Hold on. I mean, look, they got Kiss, they got the Stones,
some good guitars. They got a Gibson, hanging.
That Metallica. I mean, this looks like a Route 66. Which, by the way, Route 66.
Here we go. What does that mean now?
Dude, allegedly that was because of the numbers. It was a well-known child trafficking highway.
Not much going on Route 66. I drove that. Very weird place.
Yeah. And so, these are all, I mean, everything's in English, and these are all, although except for the Beatles over here, these are typically, and the Rolling Stones, these are, oh, no, there's a British flag. Okay, there's what are they called? The Union Jack, right? The Union Jack. So maybe, I don't know, maybe they're in England or Canada. I don't know, but it looks like a typically American style maybe it is Britain because the Sex Pistols. Well,
no, they're in Asia. They're in Asia, John.
You're right. It's oh my God.
They're Asian, John. If you didn't pick up on that.
No, you're right. I take that back. Yeah, these are mostly British bands. Yeah, my bad. Okay. But there's Route 66.
Hey, by the way, last night they were talking on Fox News about why Biden lost his hair. Did you see that clip?
No.
It's in the chat at the very top.
How do I know when I'm getting a setup from you?
What do you mean? It's a topic. You'll see it on the crawl and everything. Well, certainly.
Fox News. Oh, that Simpsons. What do you got here?
Trump right above. Yeah, Fox News, the one at the very top.
It goes Fox News, pass out.
Yeah, that's it. Well, blow the whole thing with the tag. There you go. Just
you're you're an idiot. Okay.
They're talking about Joe Biden's hair loss, and then this chick passes out, and the anchor's just sitting there. Like, what kind of ladyboy is this guy?
Wow. Okay.
I mean, if a woman passes out in front of you, do you react like this? Is the question?
I usually bend down like I'm going to help her and get a quick feel.
No, you usually Cosby her.
You see, you take the pills and you put them into the people.
Oh, we got a free one.
That's why. You see, every once in a while, life will present you with the freebie. That's why they call it pudding, because you're putting the pills into the peoples.
And then putting something else in there, Bill. You go.
It's not about.
Whoa, how many vaxes, honey?
We're just going to get some help here for Cameron.
You pussy.
Let me come back to Lydia while we get some help for
What?
Cameron here.
Is this guy kidding me? That's your reaction?
I can't. I've never in my life seen a
This
more.
guy out of his mind?
President, we're going
He lost his man card there. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Dude, that's it. That's such a reveal for who you truly are. He
looked at her like she was trying. He just. We're going to get some help for her.
What you do, how you react in an emergency says everything you need to know about who you are as a person. The word, to quote John F. Kennedy in Chinese, the word crisis has two symbols. It means danger and opportunity. In every crisis, the real you is revealed in crisis. Mm-hmm. Right? Danger and opportunity. There was an opportunity. There was some danger and an opportunity. And what'd you do? You towed the company line, you big bitch. This man should not only resign, he should turn in his testicles.
I hope he doesn't have kids. I mean, really? If that's the reaction there, kid falls off the swing. Hey, we got to get you a doctor.
Right. Like the minute your kid hits the pavement, are you looking for the cameras, you idiot?
That was my hair. Right? I don't
Look at
know.
this guy.
These
He's
guys.
more concerned with the audience and how he looks than her. It's did I not see it? Oh, stand by one.
Yeah.
One more time. I didn't add it to the stage.
Ideology or it's not about
Like there's no reaction to even go for her. It's bizarre.
Right. Like, oh my God, oh, there's a camera here. All right, well, maybe someone else is attending to her.
We come back to Lydia while we get some help.
She fell on her head, John.
That was a pretty big thump.
Yeah.
Maybe I was a little too hard. Looked like somebody was running in to help out. So, all right, whatever.
Still, you say, all right, we're going to go to commercial. I mean, something, not, 3:30 a.m. and it's 40 degrees.
All right, stand by one. I'm going to send KDJ an invite.
Oh, okay.
All right.
The Pope stuff that I had sent you, how bizarre was that?
The Pope
because
stuff
I know
was amazing.
I know Kevin's got to have a take on that because his mind, works similarly to yours in some ways.
Similarly, it's got that what did Cliff High call it? The twisted noodle perspective.
That was great. The twisted noodle. That guy.
The ontology. Did you watch his video?
I started and I got to finish it. So I don't want to talk about it yet. But if anybody gets a chance, do you want to tell people how they can see the video?
Yeah, go to Cliff High's Substack. Go to substack.com and go to Cliff High. It's a 41-minute interview about ontology and the twisted noodle, something like that. The twisted noodle is in it. And it talks about what initiated this strange phase that we're in humanity. And it's fascinating because Cliff High is he's a paranoid schizophrenic, and he grew up as a paranoid schizophrenic, knowing early on that was his condition. But one of the positive things that came out of it was if somebody told him something because he was schizophrenic, he didn't take it at face value. He was compelled by his condition to go and research it to death until he was comfortable that what he was being told, or at least what he was researching, was accurate. Like, for instance, if someone said, oh, the reason the sky looks blue to us is because of nitrogen, being sunlight being filtered through nitrogen, he'd be like, let me go find out if that's true. You may know Cliff by some of his work. He's the guy that did all the software and some of the firmware, I think, even for when you used to be on a plane and you had a phone in the headset in front of you and you could pull it out and swipe a credit card and call people. That was Cliff High's work. Some of his work. I mean, the other stuff he's done, you want to go down a rabbit hole. He's truly a genius. Anyway, his take on what brought this on, this weird phase that we're in humanity, is so compelling. It's so interesting. Go watch it. Twisted Noodle on his Substack, substack.com, Cliff High.
Because we all know there's something going on. There's weird stuff going on. The Mandela effect, the way people are behaving. I mean, Carnival Cruise Line. There's stuff going on you can't really explain.
That's been good. They should just call it Animal Cruise Line. Cannibal.
It's crazy. I mean,
Cannibal's Cruise Line. Cannibal's Cruise Line, because they act like bloody savages. I don't know if I told you this. I think I told you this. I got into an argument with some punk ass cruise director who wanted to add 2 extra shows to the week of shows. He wanted 7 shows. I said, dude, 7 shows is a heavy lift. I'm not doing that. I said, we're contracted for 5, 6 is a lot. I'm not doing 7. The reason they wanted to do 7 was and this is what they told me, literally. I said, why 7 shows? And they said, well, because we have a dance club at night, and the overflow from the dance club fills the hallways, and we always have a fight, and we want to give them somewhere to go. I said, no, that's not comedy. I'm not here for you have security for that. That's not my job. I refused to do it. The guy threatened to have me taken off the ship, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, the show that I refused to do on the last night, because the overflow bled into wherever, that night there was a brawl on the Lido deck, which is where the pool is. There was a brawl that ended in a stabbing. When we pulled in the next morning,
of course,
probably more than one. When we pulled in the next day, there was a row of ambulances and NYPD patrol vehicles to pull off the players.
I mean, do people not understand? What do they think? A comedy club is just, here, let's kill time with this. They're an audience. They're going to interact. There's going to be huge problems if they let those people in there.
Last night, I created a form letter that I sent to the Department of Labor, the Department of the Interior, and the Federal Trade Commission. I sent each one. I said, I'm a stand-up comic. Company, these large cruise companies with their policies and their DEI are ruining comedy and careers. I said, it's a uniquely American art form, and they're destroying it. We need some help. We'll see what happens. I sent it out.
It's unbelievable, John. I can't get over what goes on those cruise ships. And I was on a good cruise ship, and I was like, this is crazy. It's like a zoo.
Yeah. Dude, what goes on, and I get the company wanting to protect itself, but not at the cost of so many other people that are not invested in the company. You know what I mean?
Speaking of company, we know there's something going on with these people. We talked about Shabuzi. We talked about their outfits, their symbolisms. At the bottom of the chat, there's a video about Lady Gaga, her costumes, the black eyes. You know how we see the left eyes that they get that's always bruised. And
is this Shabuzi and Company?
Yes.
That I weird. That stupid UFO hat that he had with the tails. I wanted to slap him stupid. It's so
but it's a ritual.
It is a ritual. It's
the tails. The tails were similar to that hat that the Pope wears.
Correct, which is, as we know, well, you know what? We'll get to it. We'll replay it. It's always good to remind folks. All right. So this guy does good stuff. I've seen this guy before. He does some good stuff. Stand by one.
They got her, man. They got another one, dude. How is this possible? You know, with all these celebrities, man, like Lady Gaga, for example, why is it that they do this, man? Why on earth would they want to dress up like this creature right here, whose name I can't say? I know y'all saw Mr.
That, to me, is just disgusting.
Boozy at the Met Gala, man. Why is it they always, whenever they blow up, they wind up being like getting some dress feminine crap? Tell me why. Why? I know y'all saw The Last of Us, that show that was so great in season 1, right? Look at season 2. She is going to be a dad.
Oh my God, disgusting.
Oh my goodness, you're going to be a dad. Congratulations. The entire world, man, like plus-size woman says she can't go to the bathroom because the aisles are too narrow. Come on, man. Absolutely no excuse. This was my wife right here. This is my wife 100 pounds lighter. Since this picture, she's lost another 10 pounds, got more in shape. So there's no excuse for this, man. The entire world, dude, seems like it's just going to, you know what? All the celebs and their offspring. Y'all take a look at this right here. Watch. Y'all screenshot that.
That's the thing I put up on, I put this on my Facebook page.
That's unbelievable, John.
Kevin's saying he can't enter backstage. He's on the phone. Stand by one. Let me finish playing.
And you tell me why on earth things are like this, okay? Am I saying it's wrong?
All right, stand by. Let me pull off. Let me remove this guy. And here he is. KDJ.
What the heck is going on with all these kids, the celebrities, though? I mean, that can't be an accident. It's got to be by design.
Let me go. I see him logged in. I don't know what the deal is with this. Stand by.
Yo, baby.
Hey, I see you. I see KDJ, the window for you on here. I'm going to kick you from the studio and send you another invite, all right?
Yeah, okay. So, can you send it to my phone any chance or no?
No, it's got to go to an email.
Okay, all right. I'll go there right now.
All right.
Thanks.
All right, let's try one more time. Kick guest. Yeah, kick him from the studio, man.
We could have just used him on the phone, you know.
True. All right, if that doesn't work, we'll put him on.
Sometimes it is easier not to see Kevin.
Oh. Oh, you crazy. That was cruel.
I love Kevin.
KDJ's not here to defend himself.
No, he doesn't have to defend himself from me.
I know. Kevin's good people. We love Kevin.
In the meantime, because we have a couple seconds to kill,
okay.
The Timothy McVeigh thing got me kind of fascinated. Did you see that?
Dude, you keep me awake at night with this stuff. It really
Good. So there's two of us awake all night.
Well, that's what you said. If 98% of the people knew what was going on, they would never
I can't sleep, John. I've been waiting for this announcement all day. The speculation. Someone saying it's going to be peace between Israel and the offspring of Muhammad. I just sent you that in the chat as well. I mean, speculations all over the place. Some people are saying Nasera Gesera. That could be today. Could you imagine? I mean, there's a lot of stuff it could be.
Well, interestingly enough, speaking of sleep, last week I heard RFK Jr. talking about detoxing from sugar. He actually said sugar is a poison. Processed sugar is a poison. And he said, read the book such and such, and he gave out the author's name. Well, I bought the book and I started reading it. And just a few tweaks that I've done already in my diet, I wasn't sugar heavy, sugar laden, but reading the suggestions, I cannot believe how it's curved my appetite, how it's increased my energy. And last night I slept as well as I slept in, I can't recall when, really soundly. I woke up once or twice, but got right back to sleep. No agitation. It was, there he is. There's our boy. There he is, KDJ.
There he is.
There you go. There's our boy. Well, Kevin,
how you doing?
Good. Yeah. You know what? This might be an issue with bandwidth. Maybe that's why. I'm going to try to play a song to bring you on in honor of you. Phil and I scoured the net for this song just for you. And I hope you like it.
Why does it look like Kevin's in 1973?
That's Kevin.
You know what I think it is, boys? So I keep over my camera so that Big Brother can't watch me.
His connection's in 1973.
Kevin, that connection is. Are you on your phone? That connection's not happening. That connection's awful.
That's a great still right there.
Yeah. Are you on your Wi-Fi? What do you want? That's a great shot.
I'm on the same Wi-Fi as usual. I don't get it. You know what? There's a storm.
There is a storm
here. Maybe that has something to do with it.
All right. Well, I'm going to see if I can play this. All right. And again, we dug this up for you, so I hope you enjoy it. Okay.
Thank you.
I know you know this. Sing along.
Is this the
The name of the we've named it A Bag of Angry Cats.
That's amazing. Oh
singing,
my God.
I crushed my toe.
I'm gonna call it This Is Why We Took Your Land.
Oh, down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Good one.
Excellent.
This is why we took your land.
That's what we need in the world, Kevin. More of that. Savagery.
Hey, I don't know if it's handy, but do you have the 1918 letter opener I sent to you a few months back? Do you remember the 1918 letter opener?
You want to see it?
Yeah, show it. I only want to do this because I want to make Phil as jealous as all hell.
This is the knuckle thingy, right?
I'm not saying a word. I knowing Kevin, I said this has got to be within arm's length, and there, of course, it is. There it is,
wow.
John. The first thing I see when I wake up is this right next to the bed, And the last thing I see every night, I go, all right, there you are, just in case. Now,
Next
Phil,
to the
check this
bed,
out.
I'd be sleeping with
This
it.
is so. This is a trench knife, a World War I era trench knife, and you take the sheath off,
This thing.
and so here where I am right now, I'm somewhere in the middle of the Midwest, or am I? Dun, dun, I'm not telling where. And so you got this. Now you've also got this right here to punch people.
The knuckle
And
buster.
on the end, see that thing on the end?
That's what
called
you
a
jab
skull
them with.
crusher.
That is
Yeah,
a
you got the
beautiful
knuckle
piece
buster,
of
the
machinery.
skull crusher. Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
While you guys are
Yeah.
flashing those, all I have to say is this.
Oh, John.
Go
You don't
ahead.
want me to you don't want me to pull out my breacher, do you?
Enjoy. Enjoy your 1918 letter. But that replica, I got to tell you something. I found that online, and it was there was like one or two left. The orders were almost gone. It's really well made. It's like museum quality. They were made at the end of the First World War.
It's no joke.
They threw tens of thousands of these into surplus. So during the beginning of the Second World War, they issued these as I think mostly Marines got them, but they issued those as a standard equipment for U.S.
That's
Army.
so funny. Like your generation had that knife, and we all, like anyone in Gen X, has the Rambo knife. I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember this from the Rambo movies?
Nothing beat. Come on, dude. Nothing.
No, not at all.
Buster.
But this has a bottle opener. So this.
Oh well. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, this one has a chest opener on it. I don't know if you.
Oh, is that right?
It's got a skull opener on it. That's actually what the thing on the back is called, the skull crusher. Show him, Kevin.
That's beautiful.
The thing on the handle is they actually called it the skull crusher.
That is.
It's no joke, man.
It's the real deal. You know what? It makes a great Christmas gift. Maybe if someone's getting married, it goes nice. You know,
with hecklers. Yeah.
With hecklers. Kevin Downey Jr., welcome to the big show.
Thanks for having me, boys. How's it going?
Yeah, good. We're talking about.
Well, we were just going down the wormhole, the McVeigh wormhole, and to me, I mean, Kevin, you know I'm crazy. Like I'll believe anything, and I'll show it to John, and then John will show it to you, and he'll be like, "I don't know, baby." But the Timothy McVeigh thing, when it happened, the Oklahoma bombing, didn't you think it was weird? Like just the way that he was a kid, it seemed like he was set up almost like MK Ultra.
All right, I'm a big believer in MK Ultra.
Good.
I think that's how they killed Bobby Kennedy. Sirhan's gun was never pointed at the back of Kennedy, and Kennedy was shot 4 times actually. One missed him 3 times from the back. It was his security guard, I promise you. A guy named Cesar. His last name is Cesar.
RFK
the
said
thing
the same
about
thing.
Timothy McVeigh.
Yep.
Yeah. So here's what happened. RFK got a call from a friend of his dad, said, I need to talk to you about your dad. He goes, oh, what's up? He goes, you need to come over. This is not on the phone. And he showed him, he said, I've got your dad's coroner report. And he got shot. One, like I said, 1 bullet missed, but 3 went into him from the back. Sirhan was always in front of him. Never could have happened. Although his security guard, who worked for Lockheed, part of the military industrial complex, just happened to be moonlighting at the security company. He was there for 2 weeks and just happened to get the gig with RFK. Brand new on the job, just happened to get it. And now he's in the Philippines. He might be dead now, but he moved to the Philippines. And Kennedy tried to talk to him, and he said, well, I want money. And he said, more money. And Kennedy just said, well, forget it. This is never going to happen. I promise you, boys. Sirhan. And look how fake this is. Well, he had an article in his pocket saying that something about Palestine and whatnot. He was a pro-Palestinian, and he had it in his article. No one does that. No one says, I'm going to clip this article as I go kill Kennedy. And Sirhan, I mean, for what it's worth, he says, I'm not saying I didn't do it. I've seen the pictures. I don't remember doing it. And there's a woman, as you know, in a polka dot dress.
Well, their notes, Kevin. No, their notes, Kevin. They do that. I mean, they did that with Kurt Cobain too, if you remember. That suicide note that was on Kurt Cobain, that wasn't his.
Yeah. You know what I think now? And if this is, if feel free to chime in. I think MK Ultra has progressed to the point where they can set people off on TV or radio reports. I think
Yes,
you
with
know
a key
they
word.
get
Correct. With a trigger word.
Yep.
With a trigger, just
Yep.
like in the Manchurian Candidate, they did the original with Frank Sinatra, and then they did a remake with Denzel Washington. But there's not a doubt in my mind that whatever was being shown in that movie actually was some type of trigger to whoever. It was a legit thing because they have to put it in front of you. Now, it's funny you should mention, because yesterday, Kevin, I said this to Phil. I was watching some old clips of Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis. And think about this. They're all wearing black and white tuxedos. We know that part of the symbolism of the deep state is black and white, dark to light. That's one of their things. The Masonic floor is checkerboard. Even a finish flag at the end of a NASCAR race or any car race has got the checkered on it. That's their stamp. I said, think about how men's fashions have not changed in all this time. Still, a formal attire for a man is black tie typically and tails. And when I pulled it up to Phil, this sent him spinning. I said, look at the bow tie of both Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis, and Frank Sinatra. They were all butterfly bow ties. So we know that the butterfly is the symbol, the monarch butterfly of MK Ultra. And the reason it's MK is because it was started by the Germans, and the abbreviation MK is the German abbreviation for mind control. That's where the MK came from.
Now let me ask you this. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm done. I was just making a point, like food for thought. Women's fashions fluctuate. Men have never tie, suit, especially formal wear, black and white, real simple. Priests, nuns, brothers, clergy, black and white. It's very structured, and it's purposive, in my opinion.
Now, you guys have seen this video where it starts off as one local news source saying, and that's the news today, coming to you, and then it's two, and they repeat it. I think that's why the DNC has all of their news outlets repeat the exact same thing. We got to set out one here or there.
Right.
Not only that, what's that?
In hypnotherapy, they refer to them as anchors when they're doing hypnotherapy with quote unquote patients. Why do you think they call them news anchors? Okay, there's a reason for this. In 2010, Obama repealed the Smith-Mundt Act, which in 1947 made it illegal for them to conduct the same type of propaganda campaigns against American people as they did against enemy combatants and people abroad. Made it illegal. He repealed it in 2010, very quietly. The Smith-Mundt Act. Go look it up. Do your homework.
No, I'm well versed in it.
I'm not. No, I'm speaking rhetorically. Kevin, I'm not talking to you. I know.
Oh,
I know that you know. Yeah, I know that you know this. So Phil sent me this, and I started watching it last night, and good timing because he brought it back up just as you were coming on. So let's give this a listen. Oh, stand by one. Stand by one. I got a stream issue. I don't know why it's doing its thingy. This typically happens when we get more than one person on. Jams up the broadband, I think. It jams up the broadband. Oh! All right, there we go.
Just in case you don't know who this guy is, they say he was responsible for that.
Hear him?
And this guy, well, he's one of these guys. And even though I saw this about 2 years ago, it's making the rounds again. So I thought maybe I could help you all see the truth in it with my smoking gun. First, maybe let's just look at the glaring similarities.
That's pretty close.
If those aren't the same nose and teeth,
that's pretty close.
I don't know what is. And yeah, maybe they took off just a little bit. Now I'm just going to let you watch and point out what I circle.
Jeez.
Pretty clear. Those are the same marks.
The guy, it could be father and son even. What do you think?
Birthmarks are like fingerprints.
Yeah, and very possible.
And just in case,
Although that guy would be
two
about
wasn't
Timothy's
enough,
age right
I
now.
decided to just get in a little
Maybe they're brothers.
deeper.
Could have been twins.
Found that
Oh,
one
Yeah.
wow.
right there. It just happened to match up with that one right
I
there.
don't know why the
You can
audio's so low,
see
but you get it.
they removed these because
Yeah.
now they're holes where they were birthmarks.
Or it could be the same guy and they're
They
trying
try
to
to
hide.
cover their tracks.
Correct. Yeah,
They
all
didn't
of the
think I was
above.
gonna
We got
be
it.
a psychopath named
Right.
Tyler Hansen, who would spend hours upon hours upon hours combing the internet to find what I needed to find to prove to you. Prove to you that everything you see on TV is a lie. And it's a lie for
I will say that's not proof, but that's pretty good evidence.
one purpose: to control your mind, to confuse you, to direct you away from truth in every way possible, but mostly in the direction of spirituality and letting you know that you live in a spiritual realm and that you are a spiritual being created by our spiritual father, aka the Most High. You see, if they can cause you fear, and that's what it's all about, causing you fear. The TV is a fear box. And if they can cause you fear, well, then a fearful person is easier to control. And a fearful person will look for help. And where do they look? They look to the authority. And who has the authority become? The people on the TV. So they scare you from the TV, and then they direct you to ask for help from the exact people causing you fear. The people on the news, the people in the government, the Hollywood actors that are put in place to cause fake scenes to make you think that death and fear and terrible things are happening all the time. If you just turn off the TV and you look around, there aren't fearful things happening all around you. Turn off the TV. If you would have done that during the 2020 incident, if you would have just turned off the TV and looked around, you'd have been like, everything's fine. Nothing's going on. Unless you were
Exactly.
one of those people that went to the hospital and they hooked you up to a ventilator and pumped you full of remdesivir. That was a cocktail for death. So yeah, hospitals had people dying in them because they were killing them. But of course, I'm a satire account, and all I do is create these videos to entertain you. None of this is real. It's all my opinion, moderators. So please don't take it down. Like I said, for entertainment purposes only, people.
And there it is.
John,
And-
how much stuff do you have to think about now? I mean, it's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. Stand by one. Stand by one. Let me get back to, there we go.
What does KD think, huh?
Well, I wanted to ask Kevin this because
You know what? I
go
ahead.
No, you go first.
Oh, I was going to say, I keep my mind, my mind open to everything. I also think there are people out there in our community trying to fuck us up with bad information. All right?
Absolutely.
Yuri Bezmenov, Yuri Bezmenov said, put enough information out. Yuri Bezmenov, of course, the Soviet defector, but I think there are people on our side doing the same thing, and I'm trying to weed out what's good. Sometimes I'll watch something, I'll go, that's 90% garbage, but there's a 10% gold nugget.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
Yes. That's why he says, and I agree. We never. I don't think we went in depth about this. I believe it's a spiritual battle. Do you agree with me, Kevin?
Yep. I don't. This isn't donkeys against Republic.
Right.
Donkeys against elephants. This is good versus evil. This is
Yes.
something beyond us, but we're the ones who need to fight it.
I
Yeah, but Kev,
remember.
what do you say about the people like the Jasmine Crockett's of the world? Those kind of people who they see something wrong, They know it's wrong. I mean, what Tish James did to Trump. In a normal world, anyone would see clearly she had it out for him and just call it honestly. But no one has been able to honestly stand up and go, look, guys, this is wrong. Stop your bullshit. Why has no one been able to do that?
Well, there has, but I think I'm sorry, Kevin. That was directed toward Kevin. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Kevin.
I personally think there are so many Republicans involved. I mean, how come no one went to get the J6ers out? They went to the jail once or twice, and that was it. That never should have happened. Everyone sat on their hands and watched them persecute Trump. No one was going to save him. We all knew it was garbage. Lawyers are speaking out, constitutional lawyers saying this is junk, this is junk, this is junk. But there are so many fucking communists involved that they're all working together. Letitia James is a communist. Kathy Hochul has been pulled over to the dark side. All of them. And they're not going to stand in each other's way because they know if they do, then that means they're going to get banned from the ranch.
Kevin, give your article, your online publication, and your show a little plug before we get going.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so you can listen to the Kevin Downey Jr. show every Monday through Friday, 9 to 11, worldwide at LI. It stands for Long Island. LINewsRadio.com. LI News Radio, and go to PJ Media. The more of my stuff that you read, the more bourbon I get to buy. PJmedia.com. Authors, and John, that's what brings me to my segment. You ready for my segment?
I'm ready for you. Go, Kevin.
So I wrote this yesterday at PJ. It's a VIP thing. So if you're not VIP, you can't read it, or you got to jump on for like $3.50, maybe $3 a month. I've noticed a big switch, and John will understand, and Phil, you'll get this. You're a comedy guy. Comedians can read the room, and the room just told me what's going on. This white woman in Minnesota caught a little black kid. She going through her bag, her diaper bag, and she dropped an N-bomb on him. Now, this Somali illegal immigrant, I don't know if he's here legally or not now, but he came here. He goes, well, did you just call him the N-word? And he's videotaping it. He goes, come on, drop one on me. And she goes, all right, and drops 3 on him. Normally, that would be enough to have someone fired, have someone's life ruined. But turns out the woman started a GoFundMe, and she's approaching $800,000 for doing it.
Wow.
And the Somali guy, someone tried to open one for him. He said, I'm getting death threats. I just wanted to show how bad she was. Well, it turns out he allegedly gang raped a 16-year-old girl, a runaway. Oh, you need a place to stay? Come on over with me and my roommate. And they allegedly raped her. But the case was dropped in the name of justice. And we both know the left is facilitating mass rape around the nation, Western nation. Anyway, we know they're getting away. We know the Haitian guy raped a 15-year-old disabled girl in Boston and got $500 bond. Now, John, I don't know the difference between bond and bail. I'm hoping when I'm done, you can tell me that. But my point is, this woman is going to be a millionaire for dropping N-bombs. That tells me the white guilt phase of this nation is over. And that's a huge, huge part of the globalists taking over. Look what they've done to Europe. They have white guilted them into a rape epidemic that no one wanted to do anything about. The cops said, oh, we can't do that. We can't arrest him. They're Muslims. It would be racist and then 250,000 British women got raped, some of them repeatedly, some as young as 11, one of them more than 100 times. All right. And they did this through white guilt. You can't criticize those people because that would make you a racist. Now that is unraveling here. I'm telling you, I remember 2 years ago, a pregnant nurse in New York City tried to get a city bike, and 5 black kids surround her. Hey, that's my bike. That's my bike. Well, of course, the nurse is called a racist. She has to go into hiding. People are threatening to kill her. Her employer says, well, you're suspended till we know what's going on. She did nothing wrong. Now, I grew up. Now, I mean, I'm just going to say this. I grew up in Detroit. I know how they work. How this whole, hey, you can't do anything or you're a racist, as they're beating the fuck out of you. Had my first racially motivated ass kicking when I was 7 or 8. I thought the Jackson 5 did it. I'm not even kidding about that. I really thought it was a Jackson. I was a kid.
ABC, we're beating up KDG. We're going to go, baby.
And one of them was Janet. Dun, dun. So yeah, I see what's going on.
Wait a minute.
Now.
Never mind Jackson 5. Hold on a second. We need a little bit more.
Oh, John.
Sorry, I just had to give him another little plug. Go ahead. Sorry.
Where did you find that monstrosity?
Thank you. That is Kevin. That's what I
hilarious.
said. He sends me shit that keeps me up that gets sent to me at 3 a.m, Kevin. that's him. Yeah, go ahead.
Now you got to be awake.
So, Kevin, let me get this straight. This woman, all she did was say the N-word.
That's great.
Started a GoFundMe.
She in a real life, and she didn't do anything.
Because, that gives me an idea.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
When can we have George Wallace back on?
Listen, listen, Carrot Top. Drop the prop. All right? Put the prop back where it belongs. Okay. It's Carrot Prop.
So can we get Kevin involved in some of our conspiracy theories and stuff going on? Because I'd love to get his take on the Fauci baby scalp story that I sent you. Because to me, I think it's long overdue for Fauci to be somewhere where it's a little warmer than he is. Maybe hanging and then going to hell, possibly. But the guy is as evil as you could get. And when I heard this story, I mean, this makes you sick.
Stand by.
The scalps of 5-month-old aborted babies, and they were grafting them onto lab rats and lab mice to see how much longer they could keep them growing for. And you can actually see the photographs in the published study of little baby scalps grafted onto the backs of lab rats, growing little baby hairs. Those would have been the little hairs growing on the heads of little infants in Pittsburgh if they hadn't been killed by abortion and then stitched onto lab rats for experimentation. This study was funded by a grant, by multiple grants from the NIAID office, which is run by Dr. Anthony Fauci. And when I was undercover, Planned Parenthood abortion providers told me that they were the ones who were supplying the aborted baby body parts for experiments at the University of Pittsburgh.
It's one of those stories we almost hesitated to do because it is so grotesque, but it seemed like in the public interest to tell the truth about what's happening.
Wait, were they black baby body parts?
Has Fauci
absolutely
accounted for this?
No, and Dr. Anthony Fauci owns every bit of this study because as the head of, and owns every bit of this issue because as the head of the NIAID office, the buck stops with him in terms of how those grants are spent, whether they're being monitored and made sure that they're ethically and legally and just compliant as far as good stewardship of taxpayer money. The fact that they were using scalps from 5-month-old aborted babies, that means that the heads of those children probably needed to be intact in order to get the scalps, which is an indication that those are either partial birth abortion or even infants delivered alive and whole. Did anybody at Dr. Fauci's office ever ask the researchers at Pittsburgh, hey, how are you getting those scalps? How are you getting whole scalps from the heads of fetuses without a partial birth abortion? I think that Dr. Fauci should be brought in front of the Senate or in front of the United States Congress and ask those questions directly about what his office did to make sure that these grants and that these barbaric experiments were in compliance with all the applicable federal laws and regulations for those federal taxpayer grants.
What's your take on all of this, Kev?
Well, the audio and the video don't match at all, so that throws me off a bit. Now, I know that can happen. As I was looking at the background, the human fetal tissue thing at the NIH, and there is something about it in an NIH grant. I want to read about it. Anything's possible. I mean, I don't flush anything down the toilet anymore, but that one seems to me like, and I don't even know if Fox News would put that up. I'll be honest. I'm not against Fox News. I just don't. It's not my place to go. But I'll look into it. Let's see what I can find. But okay. I'm not sure that video is real.
You heard about what Fauci did with the dogs, though, right?
With the beagles.
What he would, the beagles, the experimentation, right? And then we know what he did with COVID. I mean, I wouldn't.
Oh yeah.
You look at the case study, right. So what do we do with this guy now? Because now it's time. Something needs to be done.
Well, as I understand it, Rand Paul has a real hard on for Fauci and wants him prosecuted. Dan Bongino said something about a week and a half ago. He said, he's got a loyal following. He said, I want you to know that things are happening that you don't know about. And I can't say any more than that. but just hold tight. There are things happening. And then someone else said there's going to be law enforcement officials being arrested. And I was like, okay, so I'm trying to put the pieces together. I'm not. Trump says something today. I've got a big thing coming up. I don't know if it's the Epstein list. I don't know what's coming, but Trump.
You didn't think that was the trade agreement?
Trump knows what he's up against.
You don't think that was the trade agreement?
No,
the big thing?
no.
Okay. All right. Okay.
No, I think Kevin. I think it has to do with the Middle East. I've been hearing rumors that it's going to be something about the Israel and Muhammad and all of that Muslim crap. They're going to finally put those two groups together so they stop fighting. But that's what I've heard. That's a 2,000-year-old problem, though. So
exactly,
or more than that.
I don't know if you guys heard this. Undercover video of Pam Bondi telling a stranger. Pam Bondi's running the DOJ, I think. And she said, someone in a restaurant said, "Where's the Epstein files?" And she says, "Well, there's 10,000 videos we have to go through of Epstein with young girls." And then Project Veritas, or not, Michael O'Keefe, or not O'Keefe. What's his name? You know what I mean?
James O'Keefe.
James O'Keefe. It's back to Project Veritas. He's got control of it again.
Okay. So he said, how come she's telling strangers but not us? And then there's a video of her shortly thereafter publicly saying, we've got 10,000 videos to go through. So I know it's taking a long time, and people are like, where's the list? I think people just think there's just like a list. Hey, here's a list. I think they're going to go through it because the FBI apparently has tons of tapes that Epstein took of other people banging young girls. So but I think something's
good. But here's an interesting PS.
Why is Trump releasing this?
Why is Trump releasing what?
Why is Trump releasing this news the day he goes to the Middle East?
We don't know that he is. Let's see what the timing is going to be. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he could do it Monday.
Yeah, let's see what happens. But somebody pointed this out. Very interesting. For the first time in the Bondi and the Kash Patel announcement a couple of days ago, they actually said child porn. Prior to that, it was prostitutes and underage girls, all teenage girls, prostitutes, which, as wrong as that is, that's not child porn. She's announcing for the first time, she actually says child porn, and again, reiterates tens of thousands of video. And she was also an AG. I don't doubt that she might have said something in a restaurant, but she really said it like nonchalantly. She was an AG.
John, I honestly think that video, you remember a long time ago, John, we saw the image of Bill Clinton sitting down on a massage table naked. Do you remember that image?
No, on a massage
table. I think Clinton's going to be the big one. And that's why they're waiting. Because if you have a former president involved in child pornography on video, that's the biggest story ever.
That's huge, right? And I don't know if this is true. I've only heard rumors to the effect. Some major names like Bernie Sanders or someone in that, if not actually him, someone at that level, were drugged and used in photographs that they weren't completely aware of, like in The Godfather, like in Godfather 3, where this senator challenged Michael Corleone, and next thing you know, at his favorite brothel, he wakes up next to a dead prostitute. The rumors that are constantly swirling around are some of these high-level politicians that are really pushing back on everything Trump are compromised from that type of position. And that would not surprise me in any way, shape, or form. You agree with that, Kev?
I agree 100%. And I'm going to throw this out. This might be nothing. But a former Supreme Court judge died today. I don't know how he died.
Whoa.
I don't know how he died. I don't know. I'm just throwing that into the mix as it maybe something to, throw out there because everyone knows something's coming. And I don't know. He may be,
Kevin, I think a current Supreme Court judge is going to pass before this is all over too. And I think we all know who that is because he's got some adoption things that are very dirty and some connections to Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. And he's currently serving on the Supreme Court.
Is it Alito?
No. You know who it is, John.
Who's this?
Justice Roberts.
Right. Roberts.
Yeah.
Roberts. Yeah.
Wait, who's
Roberts is allegedly compromised big time.
Big time.
Allegedly.
Wait a minute. Is he the big cheese at the Supreme Court?
Roberts? Who's not a big cheese on the Supreme Court? I mean, they're all.
Isn't one of them like in charge?
I don't know how that works, quite honestly.
They're all pretty equal, but he seems to take the lead on a lot, Roberts, because he was at the head of the 2020 election stuff.
You know what else we also have heard
that's
nothing
the one
about
I think it is. Yeah.
We've heard
he died?
Souter did.
Oh, Souter. Okay. Souter died.
Yeah. Whoever's in charge of the Supreme Court, I think, is guilty because he wouldn't look into the 2020 election. Whoever's put the kibosh on that is guilty.
Well, Amy Coney Barrett reeks of deep state fingerprints. She's got 13 kids adopted from all over the world. I mean, it reeks of when you get to that point, in my opinion, you're not doing it out of the goodness of your heart. Something weird is going on there. You know? She has like 13 kids from who knows how many different countries. I don't know. She seemed like the picture perfect pick for a good Irish Catholic girl, English Catholic girl, whatever. And then she turned out to be a turncoat. But a lot of what Trump does is for the reveal. It's not so much for the move forward, but for the big reveal. And as somebody said, and as frustrating as it is for us to watch, things are not getting worse. They're getting uncovered. We have to be, we definitely for sure cannot move forward without all of this coming out. If we move forward and don't expose every little dirty corner of it, it's going to come back to infect the whole damn thing. It has to be done. It has to be done right. And the one thing about what Trump is doing as he steps forward in the midst of all this lawfare, he is crossing the T's and dotting the I's in exactly the right legal places so that in retrospect, years to come, people are not going to be able to pull apart or dismantle what happened here. And we have to do it here and now. We've already started. We're good third, halfway in, maybe more. I don't know. But we have to get this done. We have to get this done. It has to be torn off. It has to be exposed. Now, should I play this? Do you guys? I saw some of this clip from James O'Keefe. Do you want to see a little bit of this and see what we get here?
It's a whole lot of nothing, but
is it?
It's just basically one of the people who was with the royal family saying that he was so upset because Andrew lied to him about the Epstein thing. It's all the same bullshit we've been hearing before.
Did you see these clips, Kevin?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay. You have a similar take?
Is this the one about the guy saying, oh, Andrew was banging young girls?
Right.
Yes.
And he covered for him.
You know what? I think that's probably the best known secret amongst that crowd. Everyone knows Biden's a pedo. Watch Jeff Sessions' grandchild walk near Biden, and Biden puts a hand out and he pulls the kid aside.
I saw
everybody
that.
Knows. Everybody knows who they are. This is kind of, to me, you know what this is? You know the dress thing with the black mafia in Hollywood?
Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This is kind of the thing like, oh, yep, all right, you can fuck kids, but then we've got you. You're in or you're out. And once you take the envelope, as they say, you're in, and you can't get out.
Right. There's no getting out once you've done that. You're in and you're capitulated. And part of what I'm hearing, again, it's on a rumor mill, so to speak, but I'm hearing that Trump is using that to his advantage now. Now he has that on them, and he's like, okay. And I heard that some of these major names are being offered what they call legacy deals. They're like, here's what we're going to do. You're going to work with us, make it look like you're working for them, controlled opposition, I guess, in reverse. Yeah. And you're going to work for us. You're going to do what we say because now we got the goods on you. And we'll hold them, and your family won't suffer. You won't have your pension taken away. You won't be put up for litigation. Your family will be able to keep their name intact and you'll be able to, for whatever, like Biden, he's trying to keep his legacy going. He was on The View a day and a half ago. And I can't believe they actually asked him about his cognitive decline. That was shocking to me that they actually asked a real question. But I can't believe, you know what? I can't say I can't believe him or not. He was probably made to go on. once again and go, keep this in the zeitgeist. Keep reminding people how bad it was and could have been, how worse it could have gotten. Because
you know what
this
else?
controversy is causing conversation. It's making people demand the Epstein list. It's making them angry and making them take action. And that's one of those Q posts. It says, not until people reach the precipice will they find a drive to change. It's going to take that.
Yep. 100%. You know,
Kev,
here's another angle.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Phil.
No. I wanted to ask you something unrelated. Keep going with what you were going to say.
Oh, on another angle, I am hearing and I'm reading that the Biden family is broke.
Yes.
And they're trying to stay relevant so that he can go out and do his $300 speeches that no one is paying for right now.
No one's asking him to do anything. And do you blame him? I mean, he's radioactive AIDS, that guy. I can't believe Obama is got speaking engagements. It's just you've got to be kidding me. I mean, the Democratic Party is just ashes at this point, and rightly so. They're never. We know there was never two parties to begin with. It was always the appearance of choice. We know now what their game is. Set up two dynamics, control both sides, make the people think they have a shot, because the best slaves are the ones that think they're free. You think you have some kind of financial freedom. You don't. You think you have some kind of choice. You don't. These choices are being made behind the scenes, and you think you're choosing them.
Yeah. And you know what's great, Kevin? By waiting, John just gave me the perfect transition. Radioactive AIDS. AIDS. You can't get better than that. And ashes. So Kanye West came out with a song yesterday, Heil Hitler. See the transition there? I mean, it's perfect.
Whoa, silly rabbit segues are for kids.
What the hell is he thinking, or is he brilliant? What is the deal with that? I mean, Heil Hitler. What is that?
Time for Hitler.
You know what? Here's what I don't get about Kanye West. No one's calling him out on it.
Interesting. Good point. Yeah, we're not seeing the outrage.
No one is going after him.
Yeah. All right. Let's check out the song. Let's drop the Heil Hitler song. This isn't on a call.
Is this the video?
Yeah, this is the video.
Man, these people took my kids from me, then they froze my bank account. I got so much anger in me, got no way to take it out. Think I'm stuck in the matrix when I fuss my nitrous. Yes, I am a cook, I like when people fuck on my dick. The shit that I'm posting on Twitter, they telling me, hey, don't say that.
Does this not reek of demonic deep state bullshit already?
How niggas can't see me in public, I'm driving an all-chrome Maybach. With all of the money and fame, I still can't get my kids back. With all of the money and fame, I still don't get to see my children. Niggas see my Twitter, but they don't see how I be feeling. So I became a Nazi, yeah, bitch, I'm the villain. Nigga, how Hitler? Nigga, how Hitler?
Makes a great wedding song. I don't want to play the whole thing. I don't want to play the whole thing. I think we've seen
I don't think you should.
I don't see it making a sudden 180 and getting better. You know, it's not going to turn into feelings, nothing
but
more.
The timing of it, John, I mean, geez.
The night Chicago died, one tin soldier rides away.
Yeah, there's got to be a meaning to it, Kevin. That's got to be. He's always had some kind of meaning. Balenciaga, remember, he's the one who brought all that stuff out about Balenciaga.
Yeah.
Did you see? I don't know if you recall this, but Balenciaga, when you hyphenate it in the right places, it means Satan is king. Did you know that?
Oh, really?
Yeah, B-A-A-L. Yeah, Baal is Baal, Beelzebub, Baal, Enciaga. If you hyphenate it in the right places, it means Satan is king. They put it right in front of you. Wow. I mean, it's so bizarro. You know, why we haven't seen it until now? Yep. Oh, this is the Great Awakening. It's here. It's now. we can speculate all day long on why it is in our lifetime, but I just know that people like us had to pick up the baton and start making noise about it.
Well, one thing, John, you can't debate. We have the funniest president. We have the funniest president in the history of the world. If you go in the chat at the very bottom, you got to play this for Kevin about Buttigieg, what Trump says about him. Did you catch this, Kevin?
Oh, this was great.
I saw that. Oh, my God.
This is classic.
Classic troll. Classic troll.
Trump. I love, dude. You got to give him his props where it's due. He's
a headliner, baby.
He's the closer. You ain't following him.
Know very well. There are 3 or 4 of them that do it. And when they took over, Buttigieg, who has no clue, he drives to work on his bicycle with his, in all fairness, with his husband on the back, which is a nice, loving relationship.
With his,
oh my God!
Which is a nice, loving relationship.
He just slams Pete. He slams Pete Butt Giggles so well. And remember that bike ride? He got. He got that. He pulled that bike out of a van. Remember? He didn't ride all the way to work. He pulled it out of a van.
Oh, come on, really?
A couple blocks.
They took it in van to work. Oh, jeez. Oh my God.
Kevin, wait, time out, John. Kevin, you are a national treasure. I swear to God. Pete Butt Giggles.
Butt Giggles. I love it. I was calling him butt jelly. Butt Giggles is Butt Giggles. Pete Butt Giggles.
Oh, that's great.
You know what I wanted to jump back to for just a second? Do you remember? Well, I'm sure you do. The images of the refrigerated trucks outside of what was the hospital in New York City where they were stacking the bodies like cordwood? Do you remember that? They kept showing the refrigerated.
It was in Queens. Yeah, it was in. You know what?
I
ran into a guy in a bar who said I was there. Those bodies were good.
It was in Midtown, and we heard the same thing.
That?
I was there. It was in Midtown. Well, this particular one. I'm not saying there wasn't one in Queens. But regardless, there were refrigerated trucks in many locations with bodies stacked like cordwood, and people kept. And this, to me, this was part of the psyop. I saw the bodies. Well, firstly, you saw body bags. We don't know that there were bodies in there. Well, people were dying. People were this. Okay, I don't doubt they were dying. But what about the homeless? How come they weren't stacked up like cordwood? It was only people going into the hospital that were dying. Here were the homeless. Still, nothing changed for them. No masks, no social distancing. Certainly, they weren't cleaning themselves. How come that didn't wipe out the homeless community? They thrived because when you went into the hospital and you were diagnosed, you got a tube down your throat, you got remdesivir, and you died. Not only that, I never told you guys this. When I was working during the whole, remember 2 weeks to flatten the curve? Remember that bullshit?
Yeah.
During that time, the police department that I was working in, I had a supervisor who at the time was working for the New York State Inspector General's office. His part-time gig was to guard, guess what?
The trucks.
Not the trucks, the respirators. His job, they used to make Sherman tanks in Albany, and the warehouses where they stowed the Sherman tanks before they shipped them out were stacked from floor to ceiling with these resuscitators, what do I call them? The
ventilators.
The ventilators, pardon me, the ventilators. Floor to ceiling, and part of his job on a nightly basis was to go around and make sure that they were fully charged. And all they kept saying was, we don't have the ventilators. We don't have the ventilators. And he would come every week. I was working with him 1 or 2 nights a week. And he would go, I don't know what they're carrying on about. We have warehouses, literally warehouses filled with them. And they had to keep them. Some reserve battery had to maintain its charge in order for them to be good to go when they first plugged them in. And he said, he described this to me. He said, there's 4 ventilators per pallet. They're wrapped in plastic. And he said, floor to ceiling, big ass reserves of these ventilators. And it's all you heard from Cuomo.
Wow.
No ventilator. See, that's a guy to me. They have to perp walk that guy, in my opinion. He killed so many elderly in these old age homes, and forget about the suffering, all of the elderly that had hugging their grandkids through plastic, the insanity of it all, the insanity, craziness, the masks, 6 feet. Oh my God, nuts.
And you know what? You know what steams my clams? There are
There you
people
go.
going, well, this is the new normal. It's not the new normal. Take a step back, look what they did. And you can't not be furious. If you're really paying attention, you can't not be furious what they did. Leave the big stores open, leave the abortion clinics open, leave the liquor stores open, because
Strip clubs.
if we're all
Strip
fucked
clubs.
up, we're less likely to get cranky. Strip
Yeah, I
clubs.
need to put a mask on my face, but I can put my ass in your nose.
Yeah.
Not that I have a problem with that, by the way.
Hey, how do I get a fun background like you guys got?
Oh, if you go to your settings, it'll say go to camera settings, and it'll say background, and you can pull up anything from your that you have stored in your phone or downloaded from the web. Do you recognize where Phil is? I'll give you a Great Awakening cup if you can. Hold on, stand by one.
That's a great trivia question.
I will get you a Great Awakening cup just like this, Kevin. I may even give you this one.
Yeah.
If you can figure out where Phil is. Oh, you know what, Phil? That's a great segment. Like, where's Waldo? Where's Phil?
Oh, we could do that.
I love it.
You pull up the background, and anyone who can figure out where Phil is, I'm going to send you a Great Awakening cup. Okay. So take a good look. And if you can figure it out, we will. Yeah.
All right. Hold on.
Okay. All right. Oh, he took out the hint on his window too. I love it.
Yes, I did.
Did you do that just now?
No. I took that out a while ago. We could use Maxine's Waters' feet too.
Where's Phil? Where is Phil? Yeah.
It's in a casino, right?
I'm not going to say
No.
It's not. Okay, we'll just say yes or no. Okay, it's not a casino. No, it's not a casino. Go ahead.
It's close.
It's going to kill you when we tell you, because you do know, and it's something Lanes.
Is it Bowlmore?
It's from a famous movie.
Oh, no way! Are you? Is that Kingpin?
Lebowski.
Lebowski, yeah.
It's the bowling alley in the Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So you get a half a cup.
We'll give him a shot glass.
Wait, hold on a second. Wait a minute. You already got a trench knife. Fuck you. I'm not sending you a cup. Nobody else gets it. Kevin, you already got a replica trench knife. Come on, man.
I'll forego the mug.
No, I'll get you one.
We'll send him a bottle of P. Diddy baby oil. How about that?
Whoa. Hey.
All right, guys, I got to jump. I got a deadline for PJ.
Give yourself a plug one more time, Kev.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so go to pjmedia.com, click on authors. Apparently, I'm an author now. And you can listen or just find me on the socials. I always advertise my stuff. But the radio show, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. at linewsradio.com, where we crush the commies and we punish the pedos and we mock the Marxists, and that's how we live.
All right, Kev, we'll see you next. We do this once a week. We do you next Friday again?
Absolutely.
All right,
absolutely.
Sounds good. All right. Love it.
All right, thanks, boys.
See you, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll have
Great
another
stuff,
location for Kevin next week.
All right, Kev. We'll see you.
He's looking. He's like, "Who is that?"
Awesome. Dude, take out That's a great Phil. That's a great.
We got it. Where's Phil?
Where's Phil?
Oh yeah. Oh, I'll come up with some great places, John.
All right, dude. Anything before we wrap it up?
Yeah. Have a good weekend. Big announcement today.
Yeah. Big announcement. Let's see what it is. I thought it was that trade deal. That's what I thought it was, but you're saying no, right?
No, it's going to be bigger than that. It's going to be huge.
I tell you. Okay, great. All right. Have a great weekend, Phil. Again, great job. Awesome stuff.
Have a great weekend, John. Oh, do you want to leave him with music on the way out?
Do you have another one?
Yeah, our rap song. You missed our rap guy.
Oh, Dude, you know I'm going to burn in hell for playing this, right?
You're going to burn in hell, not me.
All right, stand by. You know, you kind of hooked me into this one because you just put it as music, and I unknowingly started playing it, and I was like, yeah, no, of course it's Phil. It's not just music.
The visuals as good as the audio, though.
It truly is. The visual. Well, it looks like a burned thumb, but it really does. You know, this
burned thumb.
Burned thumb. This is almost as bad as.
You know, I'm not even going to say what I was thinking. I can't. But it had something to do with Kobe Bryant after the helicopter crash.
Oh, it looks like a melted milk dud. All right, here we go. Keep in mind, everyone, I want you to send your complaints to.
Is it too soon?
Phil Iazetta at Lebowski Lanes. Here we go.
I'm sorry, Kobe.
This guy opens for the other band. Getting ready, man. He's gonna drop some knowledge. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Talk about it.
Yeah,
this is the B-side to Heil Hitler, right?
Yeah, understand this about life. This is life gonna start. This is where life is gonna run.
We're all going to hell. Going to hell. We're all going to hell.
This is not gonna this is life, and this is why it's never gonna this will work. And I'm gonna make this work. And I'm gonna
all right, that's enough. All right, I'm John Maloney. That's Phil Iazetta. This is The Great Awakening. We will see you next week.
I don't know about that.